Hi guys, new story. Love mistakes. Kim Taehyung, CEO, arrogant, cold, rude. Jungkook, Maid, shy, innocent, kind. Warnings, fanboy Jungkook. Pain, regret, happy ending. Kim Taehyung has finished his workout and now he is on his way to kitchen to grab his energy drink, and that's when he heard a soft, sweet, melodic voice for the first time. He stopped in his tracks and turned towards the voice to see who is the person behind the voice. There, he saw for the first time the person who is going to flip his life 180 degree. The person is wearing a long white skirt and a pink colored top, and his blonde hairs are tied in a bun. The handmaid is talking to him in a very strict voice, which made the poor boy flinch, and they gripped the water bottle tighter. Listen, you are given work here only because we need help in the kitchen. But remember, a single mistake and you will be thrown out of the mansion. So, do your work correctly. Okay, auntie, the boy replied softly. I am not your auntie. Call me madam only. Handmaid shouted on him. He stepped back and bowed hurriedly. Okay, madam. The handmaid smirked and asked, Oh, by the way, what's your name, boy? My name is Jungkook, he said softly. Okay, Jungkook, you can go to your room now. And listening to that, Jungkook hurriedly left from there. Taehyung stared at his back as he saw disappeared in the servants' quarter, his hips swaying left to right as he walked away, and they kept staring at it shamelessly. Jungkook, he whispered to himself, and soon turned to go back inside. As today is Sunday, so no office today, but still he will not skip his workout routine for anything in the world. His parents are also not here as they are away for a business trip to London for some fashion show. So he is alone and had no mood to eat his food, so he skipped his breakfast. As soon as Jungkook arranged his clothes in the tiny cabinet of his room, he heard a knock on his door, and when Jungkook opened it, he was surprised to find such a big, bulky bodyguard in front of him. He timidly stepped back, but the bodyguard told him that he is being called in the kitchen for work, so he nodded. But Jungkook doesn't know the way to the kitchen. It's his first time in such a big mansion, so he shyly called him, Hyung, can you show me the way to the kitchen, please? The bodyguard named Jackson nodded as he felt emotional by hearing Hyung from the boy. Jungkook followed him hurriedly with his tiny footsteps as Jackson's one step covered almost twice the distance his one step can. When he reached the kitchen, he was breathing hard, sweating like he had to run. Jackson left from there, and Koo was surprised seeing such a luxurious and shining kitchen. Jungkook, come here and help cutting these vegetables. First, I will test your skills and then think about giving you other works. Handmaid Mrs. Lee said to him in her usual rude tone, as she worked here for almost 20 years. She thinks that she is now the head of the house and she can order everyone around here. Jungkook started to cut the vegetables with perfection, but still she interrupted him again and again, speaking, cut smaller pieces, cut it neatly, don't create mess. Young master don't like food from others, but still I am giving you one chance to make curry for him. Everyone finished their work and left, and Jungkook was the last one to finish his curry, for apparently the young master. So the headmaid told him to serve the food, which Koo did alone by walking back and forth to the kitchen with heavy and expensive bowls, which he knew if broke it will cost him a fortune and maybe joblessness too. So he worked carefully but swiftly. Koo removed his handkerchief, which has moon embroidered on it, and wiped his sweat and smiled as now he can take a break in peace. His work is finished now. But his peace doesn't last long as Mrs. Lee ordered him to call the young master for his lunch. Mrs. Lee was sly. She knew Taehyung will get angry on anyone who will disturb him for food, which he doesn't like even when five-star chef made it. His taste bud will not like the food normally, and no one dared to call him. So she intentionally sent Jungkook, who was unaware and innocent, followed her orders without any questions. In this way, she can speak to Tae's parent that she took care of Master Taehyung and earned a favor from them, and all the harm will be endured by poor Jungkook. Jungkook, unaware of her schemes, hesitantly climbed the stairs and reached up where two doors opposite to each other are present. He made his way to one door and knocked on it. Inside, Tae was working on his laptop when he heard the knocking. He frowned, thinking who dared to disturb him. He opened the door, ready to yell at the servant, but closed his mouth after seeing Jungkook stood nervously. Jungkook bowed his head when the door opened by his master to show respect, but he got shocked when he peeked slowly and found a handsome young man standing in front of him. Hyung, the food is ready. Can you come downstairs? Hearing no reply, he thought he was not respectful enough, so he quickly added, Please, Hyung. Tae, who was lost, looking at the beautiful face, glared at him for calling him Hyung. Don't call me Hyung. Call me Taehyung. Okay? He spoke softly, but Jungkook nodded scaredly, feeling the deep angry glare from Taehyung. Don't be scared. I am coming. You can go now. They said softly this time. He doesn't want Jungkook to be scared of himself. It's just that he doesn't wanted to be called brother by Jungkook. He is not Jungkook's brother. He feels something for the boy. It's the first time he had a soft corner for someone. Never have he had given any importance or care to anyone who had proposed him for love matters. Jungkook nodded and walked back downstairs to the dining hall. He is coming, he said to Mrs. Lee, who was shocked as she expected a crying Jungkook back, as the boy was so soft that if Taehyung had scolded him for disturbing, he will definitely come crying. Taehyung came downstairs soon and sat waiting for the food. He usually don't like food cooked by other. Only his mom's hand cooked food is what he prefers. But his mom is not here, so he ate little only made by maids. Mrs. Lee gestured Jungkook to serve him food, which Jungkook hesitantly did. They can smell the mild, milky fragrance coming from Cook as he inhaled. As Koo moved closer to set up Tae's plate with various dishes of food for the young master to be eaten. He breathed out when Koo went back to the kitchen. He started eating, but he doesn't like that much. But suddenly, when he sipped a spoon of curry, his eyes brightened and he eagerly finished the whole bowl. Jungkook came back and saw his bowl empty, so he scaredly asked, "Should I fill it again?" Oppa Hyung Tae nodded, and again he inhaled his fragrance, and it made him light-headed. Soon he finished his food. He did not eat anything other than curry. After washing his hands and face, he moved towards Jungkook and said, "Bring me towel." Jungkook nodded, but he panicked when he was not able to find any towel in the kitchen. He knew Tae was waiting, so he slowly moved in front of Taehyung, who was now sitting on the luxurious couch in the living room. "Hyung," he whispered. Tae looked at him and replied, "Hmm? I can't find it." Jungkook looked at Tae's cold face. "But you can wipe it here, on my dress." He forwarded the hem of his dress towards Taehyung. Tae looked at him surprised as Koo brought the lower part of his skirt towards his face. But it was normal for Cookie because in his orphanage the little kids always playfully wiped his hand on his dress several times. When Jungkook looked at him expectantly, Taehyung dared to move his hand and firstly wiped his hands and then slowly pulled it closer to his face, and it caused Jungkook to be close to him too. They wiped his face with soft cotton and inhaled because it contained the aroma of cook. Then he dropped it and Jungkook moved back again. Tae looked at his innocent look and cursed at himself for his stupid teenager like hormones who are acting up at the wrong time, as he imagined the cute Koo in his lap and him doing very things with innocent Jungkook in his bedroom, which the poor Koo was totally unaware. Do you like the first part? Subscribe for second part. Bye guys.